In the heart of Africa lies a land of complex histories and profound challenges, a land that sparkles like a gem on the African continent, yet also evokes images of heart-rending conflicts and struggles, a land known as Sudan. Throughout the tapestry of history, Sudan has been a grand stage where the drama of human civilization unfolded in all its glory and melancholy. This is a nation of natural beauty, juxtaposed with scenes of human ingenuity and absolute resilience in the face of adversity. From the vast expanse of the Sahara Desert to the fertile of the Nile, Sudan is as much a geographical wonder as it is a beacon of diverse cultures and ethnicities. Yet the nation has not been spared the scourge of conflict. For decades, Sudan has been caught up in a relentless cycle of warfare that has disrupted its social fabric and left deep scars on its landscape and its people. Battles have been fought, lives have been lost, and peace has often seemed like a fleeting dream. As we traverse the contours of Sudan's history, we will delve deep into the roots of its war. We'll attempt to unravel the causes, the ramifications, and the intricate details of a conflict that has profoundly impacted not just Sudan, but the world at large. In doing so, we will also explore the ceaseless quest for peace that the Sudanese people yearn for. A quest that is filled with hope, endurance, and an unwavering determination to reclaim the peace and prosperity that this land of. Today, we delve into the story of Sudan, a nation that has endured decades of conflict, and explore the roots of its war, its impact, and the quest for peace. To understand the Sudanese conflict, we must journey back in time. Situated in the northeastern part of Africa, Sudan is a land full of surprises. From being the cradle of the mighty Nile River to a hotbed of historic civilizations, Sudan has always been a place of awe and wonder. Sudan, once the largest country in Africa, has a history shaped by thousands of years of human habitation. From the ancient Nubian civilization to the modern Sudanese people, the country has always been a melting pot of diverse cultures and traditions. The influence of colonial powers, such as the British and Egyptians, have left an indelible mark on the country. The British-Egyptian rule in the 19th and early 20th centuries was a defining period in Sudan's history. It was a time of great change and transition. During this period, the rulers laid the groundwork for a new society, introducing new systems of governance, educational policies, and social structures. These changes, although not devoid of controversy and conflict, were instrumental in shaping Sudan's modern political and societal landscape. In the midst of this, there was also religious diversity. Sudan is home to a multitude of religions including Islam, Christianity, and traditional African religions. These different faiths have coexisted, albeit sometimes tumultuously, and have greatly influenced the cultural and social fabric of the country. The British-Egyptian rule in the 19th and early 20th centuries laid foundations that would later influence the country's political and social landscape. Emerging into independence in 1956, Sudan found itself in a state of commotion. This fresh-born nation was suddenly confronted with the pressing challenge of reconciling two vastly different cultural identities, each with its unique heritage and temperament. On one hand, the government located in the northern region was defined by Arab influence, aid to the country's geographical closeness to the Middle East. This was evident in their political policies, cultural customs, and societal norms. On the other hand, the southern region was profoundly steeped in African traditions, significantly influenced by the continent's vibrant history and multifaceted cultural fabric. The inhabitants of the south, primarily of African descent, were deeply connected to their roots, living out values of community, respect for elders, and reverence for nature. They felt sidelined and unrepresented in the political panorama, creating a sense of inequality that was exacerbated by ongoing cultural discord, disparities in resource distribution, and political marginalization. This gave rise to feelings of resentment and tension. Caught in the crossfire of this ideological struggle, Sudan found itself precariously balanced on the brink of conflict. The friction between the north, with its Arab influence, and the south, rich with African traditions and values, soon escalated into the First Sudanese Civil War, a conflict that rumbled on until 1972. Peace was fleeting, as the Second Sudanese Civil War erupted in 1983. This was not a simple conflict that lasted for a matter of months, but rather a grueling stretch of violence that spanned over 2 long and heart-wrenching decades. The reasons behind such a catastrophic time were as complex as they were profound, deeply rooted in a multitude of factors that did little to soothe the tension. The war was not just a product of forces craving for dominion, but rather a bitter fallout of long-standing cultural differences that had been left unaddressed for centuries. Ethnic divisions and diverse practices fueled the fire, with religious disparities adding to the already volatile mix. The economic disparities, however, were the final straw, a sharp thorn that pricked at the heart of the nation, causing unbearable pain and suffering. This was a conflict that did not just change the face of Sudan, but also led to critical alterations in the global geopolitical landscape. The war brought about immense suffering, with the loss of life and property unimaginable. Displacement, destitution and despair were the order of the day. Humans were stripped of their dignity, compassion and humanity during this time, and for many, survival became the only priority. The scars left by this war were so deep that they eventually led to a monumental decision. The painful consequences of this brutal conflict culminated in the eventual secession of South Sudan in 2011. A new nation was born out of the ashes of the war, a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity to endure, survive and strive for peace. Concurrently, the Darfur region of Sudan was engulfed in a devastating war beginning in 2003. This war was not an overnight phenomenon, rather it was the culmination of years of simmering tension and dissatisfaction. Ethnic hostilities deeply rooted in the region's history were one of the major catalysts. The various tribes, each with their unique traditions and customs, began to clash aggressively. In a region where resources were already scarce, these clashes only exacerbated the struggle for survival. The scarcity of crucial resources such as water and arable land made survival a constant battle, breeding desperation and violence. Furthermore, the political marginalization of the region by Sudan's central government only added fuel to the fire, leaving the inhabitants of Darfur feeling alienated and ignored. This volatile mix of elements ignited a conflict that drew international condemnation and humanitarian crises. Today, Sudan continues to face multiple conflicts. This African nation, rich in history and diverse in its ethnic makeup, is bound by the chains of domestic strife. The reasons behind these conflicts are multifaceted. They are a tapestry woven from threads of historical disputes, ethnic disharmony, economic battles, and political turbulence. Historical grievances date back centuries, deeply embedded in the country's socio-political fabric, often erupting into violence and discord. Ethnic divisions, another key contributing factor to the ongoing conflicts, are a result of Sudan's rich cultural diversity, unfortunately leading and disputes. The economic struggles, on the other hand, are one of the most tangible issues that the Sudanese people face daily. Rampant inflation, soaring prices and plummeting employment rates have left a significant portion of the population in dire straits. Political instability, another major concern, is amplified by the frequent changes in the ruling leadership. The transitional government, formed after the ousting of President Omar al-Bashir in 2019, faces the daunting task of uniting a fractured nation. So, what can be done? The journey to tranquility in Sudan is a complex puzzle that calls for a multifaceted approach, the integration of various solutions that are broad and encompassing in nature. Commencing with the imperative of inclusive political dialogue, it is vital to encourage open conversations that embrace a diversity of views and perspectives. This empowers all societal factions and promotes a democratic environment where every voice is heard and valued. Next, it becomes crucial to address the existing economic disparities that have long plagued the nation. A thriving economy stands as a cornerstone for long-term peace. Concentrated efforts should strive to bridge the wealth gap, ensuring that prosperity touches every corner of Sudan. Furthermore, the importance of fostering social cohesion cannot be overstated. This involves the promotion of unity, tolerance, and mutual respect among citizens. It is through this shared sense of belonging and acceptance that a harmonious society can truly flourish. Moreover, it is imperative to ensure justice for past atrocities. Accountability for past wrongs sets for future actions, reinforcing a culture of fairness and respect for human rights. Lastly, the role of international support and mediation in facilitating a sustainable peace is pivotal. The global community's active involvement can serve as a catalyst in driving the peace-building process forward, providing the necessary mediation and resources to achieve a lasting resolution. International support and mediation are also crucial in facilitating a sustainable peace. The road to peace in Sudan is long and fraught with challenges. This vast country, drenched in an intricate tapestry of cultures, traditions and paradoxes, is much more than the conflict-ridden landscape often depicted. Sudan sits on the precipice of a transformational journey, a journey that demands endurance, patience, and the unyielding spirit of its people. These people, who have tasted the bitterness of strife, are the heartbeat of nation, each heartbeat echoing the resolve to rise from the ashes of the past. The past, as much as it is filled with hurt and devastation, is also a testament to the resilience of Sudanese people. They've been knocked down, but they always rise, much like the golden sun that faithfully ascends over the vast Sudanese desert each morning. Their spirit is indefatigable, their resolve unbreakable. The global community, too, plays a pivotal role in Sudan's journey towards peace. International cooperation and understanding are instrumental nurturing and protecting the fragile buds of peace in this nation. The globe is intertwined in a common destiny, and in Sudan's case, this unity can help shield and guide the country towards a harmonious existence, a solidarity that could echo through the annals of history. But the journey is far from over. The path is rife with hurdles that must be surmounted, lessons that must be learned, and a peace that must be nurtured carefully, like tending to a delicate sapling in the harsh desert. However, with a concerted effort from the Sudanese people and the global community, there is hope that Sudan can overcome its past and forge a future marked by unity and tranquility.